Hey guys, welcome back. This is gonna be say a dog wanted to say hello too. This is gonna be part 11 of my Fire Emblem Three Houses Let's Play. We're gonna do the monastery action before the next mission. So let's get started.
Part 1. White Clouds. Verdant Rain Moon. Tower of Black Winds. The ceaseless rains that satiate the verdant landscape of Fodlan are accompanied by fierce winds and mighty roars of thunder. This abundance of rain, sparkling as it falls against beams of emerging sunlight, is a constant reminder to the people of Fodlan that nature is ever wild and unpredictable. For when the rain finally does take pause, the clouds part and give way to a glorious rainbow.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do now from now on, because my dog has made her presence known in a lot of cutscenes, I'm just gonna mute my mic. Hopefully, it won't come out to bite me. Um, the levels might be weird, so I might be a little louder later on than I want to be. So hopefully it'll balance out relatively well. I probably should have done this from the start. Oh well. Um, okay, some more cutscenes, so I'll be back.
I have a new mission for you, Professor. I would like for you to take your students into Kingdom territory to eliminate some thieves.
They stole a hero's relic from House Gautier of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, the Lance of Ruin. Their leader's name is Miklan. He is apparently a disowned son of House Gautier. I believe it had something to do with his lack of a crest. Such happenings are fairly common within the kingdom.
The Crestless cannot unleash the goddess's power even if they possess a relic. Nonetheless, they are still capable of simply wielding those weapons.
The hero's relics are immensely powerful weapons. We must meet this threat with adequate force. Unfortunately, most of the Knights of Seiros are away from the monastery, purging the apostates of the Western Church. So we are entrusting you with this mission. After all, you wield the Sword of the Creator, which is more than capable of opposing any relic.
The Sword of the Creator is a powerful weapon well beyond the other relics. You have nothing to fear. However, to ensure that no harm comes to the students, we will also send the monastery's most skilled individuals to aid you.
I must remind you that you are expected to conduct yourself in a manner befitting the wielder of that holy sword. Also, you should know that Professor Hanneman has been looking for you. That is all.
Hey, Teach. I gotta say, I never would have guessed you were a descendant of the King of Liberation. You didn't forget, did you? That story I told you about a relic that could cut a mountain in half? That relic was the Sword of the Creator, the very same used by Nemesis, the King of Liberation. Don't be coy, Teach. The Sword of the Creator could only be wielded by Nemesis. If you can use it too, that can only mean you have that bloodline's crest. Fine, keep your secrets. But just so you know, I don't understand isn't gonna cut it here at the monastery. Speaking of, Professor Hanneman has been looking for you. He probably wants to examine your crest with those crazy instruments of his. Actually, sounds amusing. Maybe I'll tag along.
If it isn't my little Claude, what has you so worked up?
Judith? What are you doing here?
That's Lady Judith to you, boy. I told you, until you're in charge, I expect you to address me with all due respect. Anyway, I'm here to retrieve you. Duke Regan's condition has taken a turn for the worse.
Are you saying the old man's on his deathbed?
No, it's not that bad. But in the state he's in, he won't be able to participate in the next Roundtable conference. He wants you to go in his stead. I volunteered to play the messenger.
Wow, thanks for that. Oh, and Teach, this is Judith, also known as the hero of House Dathnal.
So you're little Claude's teacher, are you? How much trouble has he been giving you?
If her nickname didn't give it away, you should know that Judith, Lady Judith, is the leader of the famous House Daphne of the Leicester Alliance. She used to be a big deal at the Round Table conferences, but it seems of late she's been reduced to a mere...
You had better shut that mouth before I put my boot in it, you tactless nuisance. Now come on, let's get going. Sorry, Professor, but I need to borrow the boy for a bit.
I suppose we'll have to finish our chat later. Sorry, Teach. But don't you worry, I'll be back in time for our next mission. All right, Judith, let's get going.
It's Lady... I suppose you are the active leader for the time being. Fair enough, boy. Fair enough.
Good of you to come, Professor. I've heard much about you lately. Specifically, that you are able to awaken the sword of the Creator's power. Thusly, it seems the true nature of your crest has been uncovered. I had, of course, seen your crest before. However, at first, I failed to recognize its true nature. Eventually, it dawned on me that what is visible is perhaps merely a small part of a greater whole. In other words, your crest is too significant to be detected when using normal instruments. After this discovery, I began researching crests that might fit that description, which allowed for a temporary hypothesis. However, I could not be certain. The crest my conclusions led me to was far too unusual. A crest thought to have disappeared from this world in the millennium since the fall of Nemesis, the King of Liberation. The crest of flames. That is what you possess. Your ability to wield the sword of the Creator has unequivocally proven my hypothesis. A legendary power, dormant since time immemorial and now resurrected. There can be no doubt that this ancient power resides within you.
Okay, so that was a bunch of long cutscenes that basically tell us that we are special. It's like, I knew that already, but thanks. So hopefully I'm not going to be too loud. We're going to have to constantly adjust the stupid volume because Doggy wants to play too often. I'm just going to give flowers to Manuel. I'm alright without the, Yes! Yes! Yes!
Hey there, Professor. I was thinking it might be nice. I'm not unhappy where I am. Well, I might learn even more. Oh yeah? I'm looking forward to spending more time with you.
Got him. Alright, so that's what I was talking about. So if you get a B support, it's almost guaranteed, especially if you do it early, that they're going to do that at some point. Apparently, that is up to random chance, so if you really want somebody to join you, all you have to... Uh-oh. Looks like I didn't get any support with Petra, which is a nuisance. So I don't know if that didn't work or not. Maybe I'll just have to not have them not be an adjutant and just use them on the side, like right next to me. Oh well. So let's just explore. See what Sophus has to say.
Yet as I think of it, the pounding... But is that me?
Okay. So, I guess now that we know that the mission assistance doesn't really work the way I want it to, we don't have to worry about that so much, so I'll just mainly handle the monastery. Wait, is this Dorothea? Yeah, it's Dorothea's. Or Bernadetta's. My apologies. I can sense it.
Okay. What's Bernie doing? Oh, fine.
Lost items, needle and thread for my girl, Bernadetta. Alright, to the garden. You're gonna get sick of it. Unfortunately, I have to do it. You have to watch. Hopefully I start finding flowers, so at least I can give those as gifts. Obviously the fruit seeds or whatever won't really work to get you flowers because they're going to give you seeds instead.
It's awful. Things are fine, let me tell you. Still, the truth of it is that
We can't lose them, Professor. Not to battle.
Alright. So I can't recruit Manuela yet. I don't plan on using her even if I do recruit her, but I will recruit her just because I figure it's better to have her than not to have her. I think Flane is gonna...
Why is that perhaps... Professor, I would like to have more opportunities to connect. Might you help me with a favor?
Okay, so here we're gonna have the ability to start spending renown after we do that quest. We'll get to it. I think we're gonna start having
I could use your help.
the ability to buy items from this guy with quest battles. We clear the way.
Would you help me out?
Okay, so the thing she needs is right here. It's not much of a quest. So let's go turn that in. I'm gonna replenish the battalion because I know I'm gonna have to go out to the missions and do more missions. And I might buy one for Dorothea. Well, I want something that increases magic. I guess this is the best I got.
Nice to meet you.
Farewell.
Getting them battalions early
Knew I could count on you.
is helpful because
Hey there.
it lets them
Is this it?
increase their authority skill, and with the increased authority skill, then they can start
Is this it? There you go. Is this it?
they can
There
start
you go.
getting better battalions to equip. So you get those a lot later on.
Is this it?
There's more
There
quest
you go.
battles, and some paralogs even give them to you. I'm just gonna
Is this it?
repair
There
weapons
you
right
go.
now because they're not really high enough to get them exactly what I
Is this
want.
it? There you go.
I like to use
this it?
silver
There
weapons
you
when possible. Alright, so
Come back
with
anytime.
Dorothea, I'm going to remember to take off her her sword. One of her hidden talents is sword. It might be one of her strengths is sword, but her hidden talent is in faith. So she's basically going to have a similar role to the Cynthia. But, you know, magic users are very good to have. So, I mean, I'm not going to complain too bad. I think this might... Yeah, this is Ingrid's. Maybe she'll
Professor,
start liking me.
please, the thing is, the bandits' leader.
Yeah, so Sylvain's brother's that Micklane guy. What? That guy just teleported there. No names are all watching me. It's a little freaky. So I'll keep an eye on people over here.
I have a request. I may have slowed a step in recent years. No.
Okay, so that's Gilbert. We're not gonna have to worry about him too bad. He becomes, he automatically joins you on the Blue Lions route. We don't have anybody who's like that exactly here for our route. So we'll ignore it. Let's go do some dining stuff. Petra, let's do Petra and Ingrid for right now. Hopefully, we already got a C support with Ingrid, so hopefully we can push her to a B quickly. So I'll be on the lookout for some flowers. Okay, so Petra has a C support now, so that's good. Sorry, if I run around, I'm looking for stuff like this. Okay, so that's Linhart's. I don't care about that for right now. Let's go up here. There might be some more missing items to keep track of. I think that's Felix's.
I am sorry, Professor.
The West Fodland.
I'll try to keep tabs on what's going on for the rewards on the intermediate or the tournaments. I don't think I need intermediate seals right now, so I won't get them. I don't have enough characters at level 10. Anyway, they restock pretty well. Like once you get to a certain professor level, I think maybe it's just progress in the game. you can buy those without worrying about them getting out of stocks. That might work. That was beneficial. Getting Sylvain going early is nice. That's Ignatz.
Professor. So that means what right do they? So the whole plan. That means that what right do they?
Okay. I shouldn't have skipped that as quickly as I had. No, nothing good there. We'll go to the statues, and I'll buy as much as I can with that. I'm gonna focus on one. There's experience boosters in these statues.
Me so much.
So the way that things are now, I have best chance with Axe. So at the very end, you get increased stats. I think for right now, strength and speed are going to be the most useful. I'm just going to do a quick glance across, see what else I got. Magic and dexterity is nice because dexterity is tied to crits. I said that like 45 times by now. I'll actually do this. This should help me for right now.
You're all set. This one?
Having increased magic will be nice for characters like the Cynthia, Marianne, and Dorothea now.
You're all set. This one? You're all this one? You're all set.
It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get experience, so what I'm going to do is I'll do this to get experience plus 5, and then I might be able to do it for some other another one. Doesn't look like it though.
This one?
You get to keep everything you buy in between playthroughs. So that's nice. So the more you buy now, the better off you're going to be later.
You're all this one?
Okay, so we got some good experience. So that should be nice.
See you again soon.
We'll try to finish those off one by one now. Once I get to the experience boost. Okay. I don't think there's anyone else here, so I'm gonna move over here. We got Claude and we got Felix, so I can give Felix his belt. We might be at the point where Cyril might be willing to join you.
Think of it. You have to master.
Sword Ball Fragment.
Join me for some training sometime. I might like to become.
So that was the I'm interested but not really conversation. He might be easy to get because I think his skills are dependent on swords.
I learned also cleaning. I'm happy
it also
to help
could
you
be
out with
brawling.
anything you need done for your class.
Okay, so he can join. I'll do it. I don't care.
You know.
It doesn't matter. I'm not going to use him though.
Oof. This wasn't the first time I've taken part. There's not enough co-op, but at least my grandfather.
Yeah, so even Lawrence's dad sucks. Who we got back here? There was another person, right? Oh, no, it's just those two. Okay, so that's Cyril's.
Hey, I figured. Hey.
Yeah, keep on creeping, I guess, or whatever you do, Cyril. Okay, so where that's done, we're gonna go over here. There's nobody in the library. Ignatz is over here, so I can give Ignatz that art book.
Professor. It seems if he is not in... I have something to ask of you.
Okay, so we have another training mission. We're not going to be able to do everything.
You must, however, you will most... May I ask a favor of you?
Okay, so this is going to be the the gift giving thing introduction. I don't know why they did it now, considering you can give gifts a lot earlier.
Professor. Oh, Professor, he was talking with us.
Okay. Then we got Hanneman.
Oh my. No, that is quite enough.
If I come across Linhart, I'll give it to him. I don't know where he is. I don't plan on looking for him.
Don't you think maybe he's...
I think I have to give him the confidence herbs, and then I can give him the art book.
Oh.
So that's good. I'll probably have a support with him now. We're all set there. Go down to Sylvain. Maybe I can have a nice chat with him to boost his support, console him that his brother's a dick.
Oh, Gerald? There's a grave. I can't remember.
So they're just gonna tell you where Gerald
Need
is.
something, Professor? Until then?
Yeah, so I'm not a high enough level.
I am Rodrigo.
I will be
Come in
soon.
Margrave as I hear it. A group...
Professor,
Sylvain.
I can't believe my own brother is the leader of the band. Please, Professor. He really is one of the worst people I've ever met.
What's up, Professor? Hey, I gotta...
Yeah, so we're not gonna get lucky with anybody yet. So I have to go back and talk to Sadith, even though I know where the cemetery is, because that's where Daddy Dearest is. We get to talk to him.
We're back. It can be a little hard to find. Would you like me? Very well.
Okay. So we get to go down here. This is an easy mission to complete. You can only do it this month. So I don't know why you wouldn't do it. So that was Sylvain's. I wish I had that before. This is going to be Petra's because she was standing right there. And now we're going to have the doors take forever to open. Alright, go down to the cemetery, talk to Dad. Now we won't have that guy standing there.
I was thinking we should visit. She's resting beneath this home. Oh, I suppose I haven't. She was gentle and smart, and she loved flowers. I cherish those memories. And she smiled the most. She died right after you were born, but she loved you with all. This ring is the only keepsake I have of her. One day, I hope it's...
So, I guess that's introducing you to marriage. You can marry. But that literally happens. You get to make that decision the chapter 4 the game ends. So, this is your mom. So, she died at 11:59. Or on 11:59. So, what year is it? Calendar. They won't tell us. I guess we'll do some reverse engineering here. So you're question marks, but if your mom died at 11:59 and he was born at 11:62 and he's 18, so that means it's 11:90. I'm good at math. 11:80. Yeah, so if it's 11:80 and your mom died at 11:59, then year 21. I don't know why they don't make it like known. It's not like that big of a shock. I think it's trying to show that you might be younger than it is because Gerald doesn't really want you to doesn't want Rhea to know who you really are.
You acquitted yourself to think they'd go in. I cannot imagine the... As for them, I hope we find...
Yeah, so sorry. She had a different dialogue because she was too busy talking about Gerald earlier. Got Marianne.
Some people are unhappy and some are unhappy.
Yeah, Crest suck.
Some.
So we get to give her the hopeful herbs. I don't know if now is the time they're gonna like have a personality switch. Ignatz doesn't really get become more confident, and Marianne gets more hopeful, but a lot later.
And just last.
Also quite
Yeah, they're busy over there scheming, doing weird stuff. I like Edelgard,
Coffin of Saros
but she's
instead.
kind of hard to like sometimes. No. Crap. I mistaked Ferdinand for Sylvain, which makes me feel sad. But I'll go give Sylvain his stuff.
Professor, I can't. Please, Professor.
Take the lipstick. Okay, so Petra is gonna come to me. So before I give Petra her stuff, I'm going to have her. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna do her sport conversation right now.
Professor. Professor, when and how is this expression used? I fell for it. No, that is what you say when you meet the mate of your soul. The expression is, I fell for it. Thank you, Professor. I finally have understanding. Can I ask you about another word? The one that is written here. Is something on my face? Is that really what you are thinking? Or maybe you have curiosity about the mark on my face. You are already knowing that I am from Brigid. This is a mark from Brigid. It is a prayer to the forest spirits, a prayer to be protected. Hunters ask the forest spirits to have safe and bountiful hunting. There are many spirits in Brigid. I have more marks on my arms and back. They are prayers for my family's health and triumph. Are you wanting to see them?
Asking if she wants to, us to see her naked. Yeah.
That gives me happiness. If there is ever the chance, you will see them. I have much gratitude for you, Professor. You always listen with patience. I can read and understand the language of Fodlan, but to speak it gives me difficulty. I hope I will keep having your support, and I have things that I cannot fail to accomplish. Yes.
Yeah, join my team. I'll help you out as much as you want. Try to bribe her as much as possible. So let's go back to Petra. She's right here. We can talk to Caspar while we're at it. It's right here.
I'm gonna keep. Hey, Professor. No.
Sometimes I'll just
Another
ask,
Professor,
just to check.
I hear you have had work. You cannot remember?
Lost items, exotic feather. She doesn't have a sweet tooth,
Training
so
has given me,
unfortunately.
but you have given me intrigue.
So it's a bummer. What have we done yet? Okay, so we only have over here left to talk. The first week of exploring is always going to be long.
So, a teacher,
You got it. All right. So we don't have to give Dorothea anything else. So that's nice.
You and your class were at that. I admit, I wish I could. At noon, one of them. Oh.
Okay. Got a net.
Professor, if you're heading to the kingdom, I would. It also rains a fair bit. Huh?
Yeah, Annette and Mercedes are hard to get as well, just because they're entirely dependent on your magic, and early on, at least, you don't have a whole lot of magic to talk about. I think.
I thought
so.
But since you arrived, it's been one thing after another. Is that just a? Oh, I was.
This might be Dorothea. Hilda's. This also might be Lycynthia's. You know, so this is Lysynthia. Hilda likes sweets, but Lysynthia hides that. she likes sweets. So you have to pay attention. Student in the back, I don't care. We got Raphael here.
Hey, Professor. How important can that stuff really be? Personally, I'll take most of them.
A lot of the students in your household don't have crests. If you're playing as a golden deer, you're basically like the normal kids. All right, so we're all set. So now I'm just gonna go over to the kitchen, get some support done. Full menu. Let's see. We got. I already did Ingrid, I think, earlier. Yeah, they won't let you, will they? Ingrid and all right. So I just need something for Sylvain. Hopefully he pops up here. Sometimes you just have to look. No. No. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, we got him. He's hiding. We'll do Raphael here.
Yeah, you just... This.
And then for Ingrid, I might just do some quick tea time. She's close, I imagine. So we can try to power through. I think there's a limit on how many tea times you can take them to. Sometimes they'll just decline. But I'm gonna try to get her, at least with these two. Who else we got? Oh, I got Sylvain now too. Awesome. So I'm gonna go over to Ingrid is. Do some tea time. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of things I can do to make these monastery missions go a little shorter. It's just a major part of the game. There's not much I can do.
Thank you for inviting. Thank you.
So hopefully we can get this done with
It's a bit hot.
Ingrid. So she hates crests. I don't think she likes to. Crap. So you have 3 chances. If you blow 2, the thing ends.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so she's all about being knightly.
Yes.
So some of them are kind of like a rock and a hard place. She doesn't really like anything. Regardless, you boost a little bit of your support, and you get charm on both. Charm is nice because
Thank you for the treat.
affects how much damage you do with the gambits.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna do 2 of these. And then I'll give her this sweet
Thank
stuff
you for
as a gift.
Thank you.
They're gonna be different each time, so hopefully I have a better luck on this one.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, it was a crapshoot there.
Yes.
Doing much better now.
Yes. Are you sure?
Poop. Poop.
As a child.
Sometimes they'll forgive you, and you have the option to do the end one.
Are you sure?
Crap. I totally skipped what she just said. And so the final one is entirely dependent on how you react to what they say. So we'll get the Sylvain stuff done now. Unfortunately, we're going to have to do combat missions, so I'm going to do the support here as well for the other students.
Professor, are you here to train? I knew it! Gotta train daily. Legs, back, chest, arms, abs. Gotta work them all, right? I just finished training, and I feel great. Check me out! Are my muscles bulging? Another day of training, and my muscles are ready to burst. Bulging muscles means strength. I have to be strong if I want to be a proper knight. And I have to eat if I want to keep training. Time to feast. Ah, way to hit me where it hurts, Professor. I know I'll be in trouble if I don't train my brain, too. Anyone who can't get tactics can't be a proper knight. It's just, I'm no good at remembering that kind of stuff. And training my brain instead of my body makes me sleepy. What if I start training twice as hard? Then I should only have to study half as much, right? You really think so? I can't let that. I guess I wish me luck, Professor.
Okay, so Raphael's a meathead. That's not surprising. So we'll go down here for Sylvain, and then we can sit through some of the other ones.
You think I'd cheat? On you, baby? Never. Come on. You should know me better than that. You're the only one for me. I swear. Hey, if you don't believe me, well... Oh, I get it. If I'm not your type, do you want me to introduce you to some other guys who have crests? They're all nobles, just like me.
What? That isn't why I'm... You're worse than I thought.
I just want you to be happy. You know, get what you're after. I hate seeing a girl cry, especially one as beautiful as you. So, you know, maybe we... So, Professor, do you enjoy spying on people? You look like you've got something to say, so say it. Hey, that was between me and her, not you. But you know how it is. Most relationships, they end in heartbreak. Anyway, I don't know why she's so upset about me dating other girls. She didn't care before she found out, so why does she care now? I really do hate seeing a girl cry. I swear it's the truth. My heart's in a million pieces right now. It's just the worst. Well, I figure the best way to mend a broken heart is to head out on the town. Why don't you join me? Who knows? Maybe you'll find love. I mean, I know I will. Calm down, it was only a joke. You've really got no sense of humor, you know that?
Yeah, so Sylvain likes to pretend that he's a jerk. I think at the B support we start to find out why, so we don't have too much longer to go. So that's that. We can just do the other supports now. Thankfully, there's not too much. I feel like both of these are with Claude. I guess Claude and Ignatz, and then Lacynthia and Ignatz.
Claude, why didn't you say anything?
You were praying so fervently, I didn't want to interrupt.
I appreciate the sentiment, but I wasn't praying.
No? What then?
I was just thinking about the goddess.
Were you now? Fascinating. Please, go on.
Not here. Let's go somewhere else.
So, you were pondering the existence of the goddess, then?
Yes. All right, consider this. The archives here have all kinds of texts about the goddess, right? But when people tell stories of the goddess, it's only myths and legends that glorify her.
They probably hope to rake in more followers by glorifying the goddess as much as possible. That would be why the church tends to quietly shove all of their more questionable records under some secret rug somewhere.
Claude, don't put words in my mouth. That's not what I said. I was just wondering what the goddess looks like. That's the kind of thing I like to think about.
what the goddess looks like? Well, I suppose if she really exists, she probably looks a lot like us. In fact, she probably wouldn't be so different from that old woman working here in the dining hall.
What? Claude, please stop. The goddess I imagine is absolutely beautiful.
How rude of you, Ignatz. I'm sure that old woman was lovely back in her day.
Alright, this will end it with the supports for right now. We'll probably get
morning,
more
Up for a stroll, are we?
with
It's lovely weather
the
for
battle
it.
later.
I might go wander outside myself. I'm sure I can see some beautiful sights.
Ignatz, hold still, will you?
Sure.
Your shoes are untied. It looks sloppy. Let me just fix it for you.
Oh, thank you for letting me know. But really, I'm perfectly capable of tying them myself.
Clearly that's not the case. Otherwise, this wouldn't be an issue. Now, hush. There we go.
Thanks.
You've also got awful bedhead.
What? But I examined myself in the mirror before leaving my quarters.
It's the back of your head. Quite unkempt. You really should get it together. I mean, really. You're born to a noble adjacent merchant family, aren't you? You really should be more presentable.
Sorry, Lysithea. You're always so perfectly put together. In fact, I'd say you're perfect in all respects. I don't think I've seen you fail at anything.
Well, consider that if I make even the slightest misstep, everyone will treat me like a child. There's nothing I hate more than that.
I see. Well, I think you're very mature. If anything, you may be overdoing it somewhat. I mean, people treat me like a child sometimes. But I like it, because it reminds me that other people care about me. You know? No matter how much we stretch, some things are always beyond us. I think it's fine to be vulnerable and ask for help sometimes.
Ignatz, are you really lecturing me about how I conduct myself right now? You're a sheepish, unreliable scatterbrain who can only ever think about what others think of him. Perhaps you should worry about your own maturity before you start questioning mine. Although you certainly look the part of a baby, so maybe that's asking too much. Anyway, I've got things to do, so I'm gonna go now.
Lysithea, wait. Hey!
Out of my way! You're such a child, I swear.
That was uncalled for. After all, I am older than she is.
Right now we can end this week. We're gonna do some combat missions. I don't know how many of those I can get out of the way. I'm gonna probably open up the trade route. So it looks like their goals for Dorothea are were defaulted to sword and reason, which is fine for right now. But I would like her to get some healing stuff out of the way. So some custom focus, reason, and faith. I'll try to work on getting her to axe and bow is fine for Cyril. So instruct. Let's see. Leonie, probably I'll need some more bow. I completely forgot that I didn't have bow set to one of her goals. So I think for her, she's probably alright for Cavalier now. So for Cavalier, she's great. We'll have to see about Paladin. Paladin's B. That shouldn't be too hard, so as long as I keep on focusing on her riding, that should be fine. So for right now, I'm going to switch, because she has a C+ in Lance, so I'm going to switch to bow and riding now, so she can be a bow knight later on. Alright, so lots of preparation out of the way. Let's do... I don't have Dorothea with a max motivation, so it's going to be a little iffy for... I want to maximize the amount of teaching I can get done. He's fine. Let's do Raphael. He's a little behind on Max where he is on brawling. Ignatz, get his bow up.
No. I'll keep.
We're gonna have to start working on his lance, so I'll put some in there. Lysynthia can go get some health or fake.
Got.
One more. We'll do Marianne with her get her budding talent for lance.
Maybe.
Sweet. Alright, now that's all settled. My group tasks are fine, but once I get Petra, I'm gonna put Petra in Skywatch instead.
Well,
to get the feeling of being watched, I get so nervous that I can't sleep at night.
I see.
That wasn't the perfect answer, unfortunately. Still get a lot of professor experience. She's good. I just literally changed you to what I want you to be.
You know, Hilda, one day...
We saw that already.
You didn't do...
Okay.
I feel like I get it now.
Aha! Not as hard as I...
So, I'm not gonna waste the certification on Cyril because, no, I don't plan on using him. I think between parts 1 and part 2, there will be a part where you can just like, I'm gonna do Thief because I like speed and dexterity more than I just like pure strength with him.
A new patch.
And then I can use him to open stuff. Yeah, there's gonna be a part between part 2 and part 1 that the units you have automatically progress without you having to watch it. I'm gonna do the clearing the way one, so I can open up that trade route quickly. I'm gonna auto battle this one too. Even though it's quest battle, it isn't different at all from the normal ones you have to do for training missions. Yeah, there's nothing really all that exciting about quest missions anyway, so that can go away. Yeah, I'll just leave Cyril out there. I don't care. If I use him, I'll just bring him as an adjutant, but I'm not going to for right now. Dorothea out in front is fine. Okay. I'll just have the computer decide what people are gonna do and where.
I've grasped it.
Firmly grasp it, huh? Any benefit I can get by having
I expected as much.
students get past level 10 would be nice though. Getting Leone back up to speed too is going to be nice. See, this is what I was talking about. every single time.
All roses have thorns.
Oh god. So I'll handle this. Dorothea is the queen of crits with the magic users, but every single time you auto battle, they will automatically equip the strongest weapon, and for my case, it's going to be the Sword of the Creator, which is going to be a problem because you know, I don't get as many uses, or I don't get unlimited uses with that, and I can't repair it as well as I would like. It's not that big of a deal right now. I don't use it.
Damn it!
So keeping it around 19 is gonna be fine.
Ready anytime. Huh? It worked out.
So hopefully we can get through this battle like now.
Did I hurt you?
We're almost done with it actually. I guess what's nice about the Sword of the Creator is that it has a range of 2, so you can attack from far away with sword unit. Again, the problem with it is that, you know, you don't get as many uses as you would like with it.
Ready and willing.
Start using the steel bow.
It's not luck, it's fate.
Claude having the Spirit Dust isn't good either, but I mean, between Bullion and the Spirit Dust, both are not useful at all.
You were outmatched.
So
get to it.
I got this.
The next class Cynthia can get into gives you Fiendish Blow when you master it, which is the same as Death Blow,
Better be
but
careful.
with a magic stat instead of strength, which is really going to be nice with Cynthia because her magic stat's already high. So I'm just going to do this here and make sure that they don't use my stuff, and then wait. So Claude should be able to finish this last guy off. Yep. So now we have the ability to buy some gifts from the salesperson. Jesus Christ. Talking is hard, especially after you've recorded. This is my 3rd video in a row, and the monastery videos are long. It takes a lot out of you. So I'm gonna go buy some gifts now after I'm finished instructing. I don't think I have motivation high enough for anybody. Claude got it because he was just the MVP, so I might have to use it on him. When I'm gonna be stuck between what I upgrade, I might just auto instruct for the remainder. Building a support is nice, but it's gonna happen naturally either way, so we'll just let it be. I'll just upgrade his flying for now. I don't know what flying stat does, except gives you the ability to be on flying classes. I don't know if it adds any extra benefits. Okay, so that's nice, and then we'll begin lecture, skip the rest. Dorothea, I know for a fact, isn't strong enough to be a good sword class. She might be fine if you get her with crits. The sword class she can get at the end. I'm just gonna give flowers for now. I don't want to lengthen this video any more than I have to.
You didn't do so bad. I see. It's all.
I'm beginning to understand.
Not as hard as
I lost the train of my train of thought here.
Thanks.
So we got more seeds to go with than the garden. So let's explore. Okay. So pretty soon here, when you increase your professor level, not only do you get more skill points, but the amount of adjutants you can have increases. So that's what I said when you can say, I said you can have a max of a 15. I've seen it battles where you can bring 12 people and then 12 plus the 3 adjutants equals 15. Adjutants aren't completely necessary, but I'd rather use them instead of not using them.
Hi there.
I feel like that's pretty obvious. So let's try to, I guess my goal this week is to try to get Ingrid at least to where I need her. Having Ingrid and Sylvain would be nice, but I think I'm much closer with Ingrid than I am Sylvain. I forgot to give Ingrid that the sweets or whatever, the gift I could give her. It's not going to be that big of a deal. So the only other thing I have to look out for is Petra. Once we're done with that, the monastery isn't going to be as important, so I might just skip those videos or at least condense them down. I just talk to people and then move on. The more I do now on the first playthrough, though, the less I'll have to do later. Once you unlock a professor level, you can just rebuy it with renown in the subsequent playthroughs. And then starting the game off with like eight activity points is really easy to recruit people. As I said, I don't plan on going crazy with the recruiting because I'm going to do all the two other houses later down the road. So recruiting every single student is going to be a waste of my time because I'm going to be able to use them later. Looks like we're pretty much done here. So I'm going to go down to the caravans down here. There might be two. There's an east and then there's a west one. I thought there might have been separate missions to unlock each, but looks like
there.
You can just get them now.
This one, yes.
So this is what I'm going to be using my money for.
I think this one, yes. I think this one, yes.
What I don't use to give to the people I want to recruit, I'm going to give to Rhea.
I think this one, yes.
And that's because Rhea, you only have a limited amount of time to build up her support.
You have a good eye. You have a good eye.
I might not have enough money to do all of this. Also, I might not remember to sell the bullions when the time comes. I probably shall have plenty of money to get exactly what I need. And with all these gifts given to like only a few people, I should be able to build support like instantaneously. So
welcome.
Just make sure there's nothing in here that's good. I'll buy the intermediate seals because they refreshed and I don't want to forget. But besides that, we're fine. Okay, so let's go to Ingrid. Give her all my stuff.
Thank you very much.
I'm trying to like maximize
Thank you very
what I can give her, so things will work out better. I know she likes chivalry, so that'll work. I don't know why they have me hold on to this. I don't think you can get rid of it. I thought it was for a mission earlier, but I guess not. So I'm gonna check to see what or Ingrid doesn't have one yet. Who's my support with though? Cynthia. Okay. So I'll just give Ingrid a few more things. I just don't want to give her something that won't increase anything. For the most part, they'll accept it and their support will go up a little bit. But sometimes they just don't go up at all, so you just wasted an item for nothing.
Professor, the thing is...
See if she likes coffee.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
See, that's what I was talking about. She just says, I will accept.
Thank you very much.
We gotta be close. I don't know if... I wish there was a better way to gauge. Okay, so we're good. So we'll go up to Sylvain now. Actually, I'll do Petra because I saw a few things that Petra likes. And then Sylvain will be the one to finish it off. Then I'll just pour stuff into Rhea and hopefully build a support.
You kept...
Keep on doing the same thing.
You have my... You have my... This is giving... You have my... This is giving...
Really exciting stuff, guys. I think we should be fine with Petra for right now. Unfortunately, there's...
I have never professed...
I guess I'll just... I can buy those items again later, so I'll just keep on giving her stuff.
You have my... You have my...
I'll give that to Sylvain. Some of this stuff I know Rhea likes, so that's why I was trying to give those to Rhea. So I'll do that. Might as well. And then after we watch all the supports, we should be able to be done. I might do a tea party with Petra because Ingrid's already set up.
I am trusting you. You must, however, you will not.
So gifts. I don't do faculty training because I don't know. It doesn't give you any professor experience, so I'll just leave that alone for right now.
I will
I thought she liked that.
I appreciate.
That was a mistake. Oh well. I'll give the dapper handkerchief to Sylvain. We'll do. So there's no point of doing choiring anymore because you know, Dorothea's already on my team, so I'm not gonna go off that way.
Please,
except to do the advice box.
Oh.
Okay. And then let's go up here, do the support box, and then we'll be set up.
Right.
Counselor. Okay, Ferdinand's hard to get, but I'm not going for him. That guy's a Netstad. He's kind of weird though, so I don't like talking to him. He's fine in other routes. That should work for Claude. Okay, so that's all set up. So let's go do the personal quarters. So Ingrid? No, Cynthia.
Professor, thank you for helping me with my training. I'd love to do this again if possible. Your advice is always so useful. Everyone thinks you're a wonderful teacher. You account for people's weaknesses while capitalizing on their strengths. Initially, I wasn't sure you paid too much attention to your students. Clearly, I was wrong. After all, were that the case, you wouldn't be capable of providing such useful feedback. I'll continue to learn and grow from your instruction, Professor. I just know it. You think I'm determined? Professor, thank you. You're You're the only one who's ever praised me like that. I mean, people are always telling me I've got a knack for magic. If you can call the power of my crest a knack, they aren't wrong per se. Though bearing 2 crests isn't a gift I ever asked for. Anyhow, I've made a point to work harder than most and not rely too heavily on the power they bestow. So I find it frustrating that the only praise I seem to receive is directly related to that power. If you've noticed how hard I work, then well, it makes me very happy. Well, you see, it is because I am the only child of House Ordelia. I must do all I can for my family name. I'm determined to someday be of real value to them, and that day must come soon. I can't waste any time. I don't have much of it left. Anyway, I should be going. Thank you again for your help.
So Lacynthia has 2 crests. Her deal is that she's a little harsh because she's always in the hurry. Apparently having 2 crests for her is the people who gave her the 2 crests. She had one already, but the people that gave her the 2nd crest basically told her her lifespan is shortened. So let's listen to Ingrid. Hopefully she joins soon.
Learn. All of these useless letters are only creating more rubbish in the world. Professor? Oh, I didn't see you standing there. My apologies. Oh, that paper. Well, Yes, it was. It was a letter from my father. I understand where you're coming from here, but I have no need of such things. It isn't like anything of importance was written on it. Curious? I suppose there's no harm in allowing you to read it. Go on then.
My dearest daughter, Ingrid. Are you well? I trust that you are behaving yourself and refraining from causing trouble for others. Things on the home front are in order. The marriage proposal for you and the Viscount's son should be prepared soon. Although, I am quite certain there are many superior candidates at Garreg-Mach Monastery. As you know, the very survival of our family is dependent upon whom you marry. You are the only one left in the family who can make things right. We are all counting on you. Do not lose sight of what truly matters.
Yes. Perhaps you found it somewhat entertaining. I've told you that we've never been very well off financially. My noble family, House Galatea, branched off from House Daphne in the Alliance. Shortly after, we were lucky enough to receive the support of the royal family, allowing us to attain nobility, to some extent. But the territory we watch over is poor, its harvest meager, and our noble blood too has grown thin. Neither my father nor my brothers bear a crest. I, however, do bear a crest. Because of this, my father sees me as our family's one hope for the future. A crest is highly prized among nobles. Were I to marry into a greater noble family, that financial support could soothe our woes. Thank you, Professor. Your sentiment alone is a great comfort to me. Despite my own feelings, I understand his approach to all this. It isn't that he doesn't care for me. I understand it very, very well, which is why I apologize, Professor. I must be going.
So before I get started on the other support conversations, I'm just going to use the last skill point I have. I said I was going to do a tea party with Petra, so let's go ahead and do that.
Okay.
And then we can hopefully finish it up with... I have a lot of support conversations. That's a mess. So, Rhea, I guess I had to pick.
Welcome, Professor. This is the first time I have welcomed you here, is it not? There is no need to be nervous. Please, come closer. When you speak with me here in this room, you are not speaking with the Archbishop, but with Rhea. It's just me. What a sweet child you are. My apologies. I should not be treating you like a child. As Gerald's kin, somehow you don't seem at all a stranger to me. Speaking of Gerald, may I ask if he ever spoke of me to you? Oh dear, how heartless of him. In any case, let us endeavor to become closer from here on out. Since you are here, shall I tell you about the Gerald that I knew? By the look of it, you haven't heard much about his time at the monastery, have you? When I first met Gerald, he was quite young. Why, he could not even grow a full beard at that point. On one fateful occasion, the band of mercenaries he belonged to fought alongside the Knights of Seiros. I was traveling with the Knights at the time, and Gerald jumped in front of an attack meant for me. He was gravely wounded, on the verge of death. I tended to his wounds in a desperate attempt to save his life. Thankfully, my efforts were not in vain. Gerald managed to escape a seemingly certain death. I made arrangements for him to receive further care at Garrick Mach. The moment he was deemed fully recovered, I invited him to join the Knights. Well, it is not a story I have often repeated. Even at the monastery, there are not many who know that. I tell you this because, to me, you are the child of the one who saved my life all those years ago. And also... Never mind. It is nothing. I simply wanted to say that I trust you. By coming to visit with me today, you have... well... suffice it to say that my day is brighter than it otherwise would have been. I thank you for that.
Sorry about that. I should have done that after I did the thing with Petra, but oh well.
Professor, I hear you have had... You cannot remember.
I guess you can't go and visit Rhea because Rhea never leaves her spot. So let's do the invite to tea. Oh. Well, that
Training
sucks.
has given me butts.
Oh well. So I guess we'll just I don't want to do it with Sylvain. I'm a dude. I don't want to do it with another dude. So let's just do full menu. Let's do it with Claude and Raphael and be done. And then we'll do the support.
That's this.
There we go. Time for a break.
Hey, Raphael, that's quite a load you've got there.
It was my turn to do the shopping again, but I might have overdone it.
Aren't those trips usually for food supplies? Why did you pick up a bunch of spears and gauntlets as well?
I was passing by the smithy, and the old man called me over. He said he was finished preparing the training weapons, so I grabbed them since I was already there.
I see. And those books?
I had just left the smithy when I ran into a merchant I recognized. He said he had some books that he brought for the library, so I took them off his hands.
Right. And that desk?
Oh, this? Can you believe someone threw this away? It only needs a little work and it'll be good as new. Someone around here was just saying that they needed a desk.
Of course. Now, this is just a friendly observation, but I see surprisingly little of the food supplies that we actually need.
Well, I worked up an appetite from carrying all this stuff, so I had a snack on my way back.
Raphael, I appreciate the thought, but you can't get so carried away with helping out like that. You helped us all right out of dinner. And now that I've seen your struggle, I have no choice but to join in this vicious cycle of charity. Here, I'll lend you a hand.
All of this stuff is pretty heavy. Are you sure you can handle it?
You insult me. And no, I can't. I'll only carry the books and offer my support as you handle the rest.
Yes! Time for food! Hey, Ignatz! Is this seat taken?
Oh, hey, Raphael. I'm done eating, so you can sit here if you like.
Really? But there's still food on your plate.
It's fine. I'm not that hungry. Anyway, I guess I'll be heading off.
Oh, okay. Hey, Ignatz! Want to train with me?
Oh my, that equipment's looking rusty. Let me fetch some oil.
What's the matter? It always looks like that. Come on, we'll take care of it later.
Nope, you have to do it as soon as you notice. There's oil in the warehouse. I'll be right back.
Hey, Ignatz.
Hello, Raphael.
Are you busy? I need to talk to you.
No, that's... Oh, almost forgot. It's time to return this book to the library. I'll just...
Hey, hold up. Are you seriously gonna keep running away from me?
What? No, I'm not running.
Yes, you are. Every time I try to talk to you, you make up some excuse and run. What's going on? You were a lot friendlier to me when we were kids. You were always so excited to show me all the neat stuff you had whenever I came to visit. We'd play hide and seek with my little sis, draw pictures, and do other fun stuff too. Remember all that?
Things can't be the way they were. It's regrettable, but it's the truth.
Regrettable? What's there to regret?
I mean, you know, what happened to your parents. My parents are the reason your parents died.
What are you talking about? My parents died in an accident while traveling for work.
Maybe so, but they were taking over for mine, because they had other business that day and couldn't go themselves. So, they recommended yours to fill in for them.
Huh. I didn't know that. But what does that have to do with our friendship?
No, but see,
Oh, I see. But we're done talking about this. You gotta stop beating yourself up over it. It was an accident.
He's just putting on a brave face. No one is that forgiving.
Hey, Ignatz. Sorry to keep you waiting. Ready to start cleaning?
No, that's all right. Actually, I'm just finishing up.
Oh, it's true. Look how tidy everything is. You've done such a marvelous job. I'm glad I didn't get in your way.
Thank you very much. So anyway, you can go now. You were talking to your friend, right? I just have some things to put away. It's okay, I can manage without you.
Oh, Ignatz, I thought I saw someone earlier. That was you, wasn't it? You know, I'd have been willing to help. You could have just said, hey, let's go and clean.
It's all right, you were having a conversation. I didn't want to sneak up like I was eavesdropping, and really, I didn't need help.
Oh, Ignatz, you darling. You're so considerate. Thank you so very much.
Glad to be of service. I'll start putting all this away.
Not so fast.
What's the matter?
Aren't you overdoing it? Don't you think you might be taking on too much,
Oh, I didn't expect to hear that from you.
Let me give you some advice. It's true that I like to delegate as many tasks as I possibly can, but when someone helps me, I make sure to lavish them with praise as a reward for their hard work. So, then we come out even. On the other hand, look what almost happened just now. You did all that work for me, and I almost missed it. Now, where would that leave you? With no praise, no thanks. You'd be losing out.
Personally, I'd prefer to lose out, rather than inconvenience someone else. For instance, I'd have felt terrible for intruding on your important conversation earlier. Consider the negligible loss to me versus the major inconvenience to you. Personal loss is always going to be the better choice, right?
Huh. Well, if that's how you feel, then I'm not sure how to convince you otherwise. I think I'm gonna pass out. Whoa, Lysithia, you're really pale. Yeah, I've been feeling really queasy all morning. I'm just heading back to my quarters to rest. Can you even make it there in that state? Here, climb on my back. I'll carry you. What? No. I'm not some sort of infant. Always worried about looking like a kid. No time for that now. Just get on. I'm feeling a bit better now. I should be okay from here. Thank you so much, Leonie. I hope I wasn't too heavy. Was I? No, not at all. Actually made for a fun bit of training. Training? Yeah. Carrying someone around is good for the legs. You're just the right weight for it, too. I might ask you to help me train again sometime. Anything can be a kind of training with the right attitude, you know? Are you always thinking about training? Well, I can't devote all my time purely to training, so it's more efficient if I can train while I get other stuff done at the same time. Wouldn't that actually be rather inefficient? Huh? What do you mean? Well, for example, if you're training for endurance, it seems running would be a better approach. If you're only ever training by cramming it in with other tasks, you won't be getting the best results. I'm no expert on the subject, but even I can logic that one out. Come to think of it, you do always seem to stick to a pretty rigid schedule, don't you? I've noticed that you focus completely on whatever it is you've set out to do. Then you switch to something else and focus completely on that. You've noticed, have you? Now that I think about it, you may be right. Maybe that is the more efficient way to do things. Hey, you're really bright, Lysithia. Thanks so much for the helpful advice. That was sweet of Leonie to check on me and carry me all the way to my quarters. And in the end, I just lectured her. She did thank me for it, but I probably could have handled that better. Why do I have to organize the library? I'll get in trouble if it's not done, and I can't think of anyone who'd do it for me. Since no one else is around, though, time for a little break. What are those sounds? Ha! Yeah! Leonie, always at it. How exhausting that must be. What's this? Hey, what are you doing? That's mine. If you leave it lying on the ground, people will think it's trash. I usually wear it around my neck, but I put it down while I'm training so I don't get sweat all over it. Well, people won't know that, will they? You should have just left it in your room. It's a good luck charm. If I don't keep it close by, then what's the point? How stubborn of you. I will say it looks to be a very well-loved charm. Captain Gerald gave it to me when I was a kid. If it's that important to you, you should wash it. Then again, I suppose it is made of wood. Have you considered coating it with resin? That would preserve it nicely. You could even accessorize it, make it look cute.
Thanks, but Captain Gerald made it especially for me. I'd really rather keep it just as it is.
Well, if that's how you feel, I won't argue with you. Me personally, I'd choose a cute necklace over a dirty old charm any day.
I'm sure you would. But Captain Gerald didn't treat me as some young girl. He treated me like a person who mattered, an equal. He taught me everything. I don't want to forget his teachings, so I'm going to keep this charm just the way it is.
Huh, what do you know?
Alright guys, so now that that's all taken care of, I'm gonna save and end it here. Sorry for this being long. If it's gonna continue to be like this with all the supports, I guess I'll just cut the supports and then I'll upload a video at the end or whatever. We'll try to make it go a little smoother next time, but thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time. Bye.